Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. Hello, 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 everybody. I hope that your week is off to an amazing start. I know for me, it's like I can't believe it's just Tuesday because it seemed like I've been working like all week for a whole week. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. Do me a huge favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. But I was just saying that yesterday was, I had a lot going on yesterday, and today I got a lot going on, and this weekend I had a lot going on. And so it's just like, I feel like I'm already in the week and it's just Tuesday. But anyway, I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. You guys do me a favor and put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. Again, I hope everything is going well with you guys, and I hope you had a great weekend and that your week is off to a great start. For me, I had a great weekend and hung out. You know, my grandbaby's birthday was on Saturday. He turned 2. It's like time is flying. And then I had an amazing photo shoot on Sunday. So you guys will be seeing some of those pictures. Um, Hadifa, I hope I said your name correctly. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me from Georgia. I appreciate you. I hope I said your name correct. If not, forgive me. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. You guys, please put in chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. And tonight's chat comes from a lady in Georgia. Isn't that funny? So thank you so much for joining me from Georgia. Her thing is, Dr. Gail, I divorced my husband and now I want him back. Hi, Mike from Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Carrie from Australia. Wow. Thank you so much for joining me from Australia. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys for supporting me on all my platforms. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate you. I don't take you for granted, and I appreciate you. And so this, like I said, chat comes from a wife in Georgia, and she says, "I have divorced my husband, and now I want him back." No U-turn. Okay. Okay. Um, and um, and she says, I'm a wife and I'm 47 years old, was married 13 years, and I have one son. She says, Dr. Gail, I made a huge mistake when I walked away from my marriage. I did so because my husband was very, very boring. Wow. He never wanted to go anywhere, do anything, travel, or nothing. All he wanted to do is work hard and come home. We have been divorced 2 years now, and I miss him so much. We talk every now and then. I have even told him that I wanted him back. And if he's willing to meet me halfway and do some of the things that I enjoy doing, like traveling, going to see different plays, hanging out with friends, other married couples, just being outside the home, that I would really want to give it another try. But he will not answer me at all. Please help. Now, she admits that she made a huge mistake. I had the pleasure of speaking with this young lady today, and her thing is that at the time, she just got so caught up in being able to go and do all of these different things because they had just moved to Georgia. So she wanted to go out and explore and all this. They originally are from Kansas, from my understanding. And she wanted to be able to go out and explore and meet new people and go, listen to the music scene and do all of these things. But she knew that her husband was not one that ran the streets, but she was hoping that when they was in a new environment that he would want to do that. And unfortunately, he did not. So therefore, she walked away and now she's missing him. And I did ask her the question of what happened now that, did she run the streets so much she's tired? What was the thing to make her decide I miss my husband? And her thing was is that he was a really good man, and that he came home every day, he treated her really well, and she just realized that she made a huge mistake, that just because he was not a street runner did not make him not fun and not a good man. And so sometimes, you got to lose to win again. And she really is regretful and remorseful that she just up and threw away a 13-year marriage. And like I said, he has not answered her, would he want to come back? I did ask, has she dated or has he dated? She said she dated one other person, it did not work out, and she's not sure if her ex-husband has dated in the process of them being separated for the 2 years. So let me see how I can help her and help anybody that's thinking about walking away from their spouse if they are doing everything else besides meeting one of your needs. Hi, Latanya. How you doing from Clinton, Maryland? I appreciate you for getting on here. I appreciate all you guys from Cleveland, from Australia, from Georgia, from Clinton. I am so grateful for you guys getting on here. So let me just tell you that only 10 to 15% of married people get married back to the same exact person, right? And only 10 to 15%, right? And as you guys know, this is what I do for a living. And the people who do get back together, unless they get counseling and get to the root cause of what made them walk away in the first place, they will only 10% stay married past 5 years if they get remarried again. Only 10%. For the simple fact is, if they don't get to the root cause and get some professional help, they will just go back and perpetuate and do the same exact thing and carry that into what should be a new union, even though you're the same people, but a new union with a new vision and trying to move forward, right? And so most of the time, when you have divorced and got back together, in the same way with dating, when you separate and you get back, most of the time those relationships don't work unless you get some kind of counseling and some kind of intervention to make sure that you have changed your behaviors and that other person has changed their behaviors, and you're able to meet somewhere in the middle, or it's just not going to work. Okay. And so let me give her some things that what not to do if you're trying to get your ex-spouse back, and things you should be doing to try to get them back. Number one, don't be so pushy, right? Don't every time you talk, I want you back. I love you. I'm sorry for leaving you or whatever. That does not make the person want to open up and even entertain you coming back and getting back together, right? That could push that person away, because it's like, what is the press now that you want me back, that you didn't have that press to try to fight and to try to make this relationship work, right? So don't be so pushy. And so I'm talking about what not to do to get your ex back. Don't be so pushy, and don't try to demand and put perimeters if you don't do this, if you don't do this, because you're not in that position, because you're trying to get that person back. Okay. Number two, don't live in the past. Well, if you wouldn't have did this, that wouldn't have made me leave. Well, the thing is that you're living in the past, and if you're trying to move forward with a future with this person, that's not going to work either, right? So stop living in the past. Stop talking about the past. Stop reiterating what made you leave, or what made that person make you mad in order to try to get them back, because that just puts them back in this position where, hey, I'm not, I haven't changed. You say you changed, but it doesn't seem like you changed. So we're going to be at the same space. So why even get back together. And she even said that he has not said that he's willing to meet her halfway. So the thing is that evidently he's set in his ways. So either she is going to have to say, you know what, I'm going to go explore and do these things by myself. But I still love him and I want him in my life. So I'm willing to accept that, but not try to push him to do something that he's not comfortable with. Okay. Number three, being overly emotional, right? Every time you're trying to talk to them, if they're not giving you the responses that you think you deserve or you're looking for or you want, crying and snotting and going off and doing all of those things, it's not going to help your case. It's not. So being overly emotional and talking about the pain that the person calls you and all those kind of things, let me just tell you, he's been gone for 2 years. So he's not going to buy into all your emotions. It's not, because at the end of the day, you decided to walk away. So he can hang up the phone or exit the situation and there's nothing you can do. And number four, not being willing to compromise, right? You can't expect going back into a relationship and requesting that he come back to the relationship and you're not willing to compromise, right? Not willing to say, you know what, I like to go. You're a homebody. I want to meet you in the middle. I will offer you to go, but if you say you don't want to go, I'm okay with that. I'll go by myself. I'll go with a girlfriend or whatever. But I want you back so much that I'm willing to compromise. Would I like you to go with me? Absolutely. But I'm no longer going to make this a dividing point in our relationship if you decide to come back with me, right? So be open to compromise, being open to be open and honest with yourself, and just don't say those things to get the person back. Say those things because you really mean that, okay? What you should do in order to try to get somebody back after you have left them is start with open communication and communicate often, right? And tell them, she said we talk every now and then, and I asked what was the every now and then. She said maybe every 5 to 6 months. If you really want them back, say, hey, I would really like for us just to start communicating more, if that's okay with you. Ask the question, right? And once they say it's okay, what is the more? Is it once a week? Is it every other day? Is it what does that look like? Because you need to set up the perimeters and make sure that they're okay with it and that you don't cross those perimeters, because again, you're trying to show them that you have grown, that you want them back, and that you see them, you hear them, and you respect them. Okay. And number two, talk about how you have grown as a person and how you miss what they add to your life, right? And I'm not talking about the financial piece. Well, I miss you because you used to pay the light bill. No, that's not going to get them back, right? But how did they add to your life? Coming home every day and seeing you and knowing that you work hard to help take care of the family, me knowing where you are and that you were safe when you came home. Those kind of things are things that win somebody back. Not talking about, I need you back because I can't buy my son shoes or whatever that looks like. Again, talk about how you've grown as a person in order to enhance what you guys used to have and how you're going to enhance it moving forward. Okay. And talk about what you are willing to do moving forward. What are you willing to compromise on? Like I said, going places, not going so many places, and honoring that he doesn't want to be out in the public like that. Okay. Because again, you have to show them, and it's a process. You're not going to just be able to do one thing and get somebody back, especially if they've been gone 2 years, and especially if you was the one who initiated the person, saying, I don't want to be married to you anymore. And I did have a long conversation with her, and I'm like, you left a really good man that was respectful to you, that came home every day, bought his. I asked all the questions over him not wanting to run to different concerts and different venues. And I'm not saying that wasn't important to her, right? That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying the overall picture. Is there a better way you could have done it? And she said yes. That she would have compromise more, and she wouldn't have like try to make him do something that he was not comfortable doing, right? And number 3, ask him out on a date. Ask him out on a date. You're starting from square one. That's not your husband anymore. So ask him or her out on a date. And if they say no, not at this time, say, okay, is there any time in this month that you would like to go out on a date? And if they say no, stop asking. Stop putting on the pressure. Don't take it personal. Because again, you're the one who cut off the cord. And so therefore, you're going to have to figure out creative ways. Start off by having conversations over the phone. Then maybe you can start FaceTiming. Whatever that looks like, set the perimeters. Ask them if they're okay with those and stay within those perimeters. Okay. And I hope and pray that this chat has helped somebody, because again, when you make a decision to walk away from a 13-year marriage over something, and again, everybody's breaking point is different. It is. Everybody's breaking point is different. And at that time, 2 years ago, him not wanting to go anywhere or do anything that she thought was fun was her breaking point. But again, 2 years later, reflecting back and seeing, of course, she's 2 more years mature, realizing that was not a reason to walk away from a marriage. That was not a reason to stop loving and stop trying to work towards something together. Okay. So again, you guys, I hope this helps someone. If you're in a situation where you're thinking about walking away from your marriage, or you have walked away from your marriage and you want the person back, because again, it is much harder to get them back once they've been gone. And especially it's 2 years, because you get in a single mindset, you start operating single, you start thinking single, all of those things. So in order to come back to the same person that you've known before, you're going to have to show them a different person and show some growth. That is the truth. Okay. And again, if you're in this situation and you need some help and you just want to talk to me, you can go to my website, gailcrowder.com, and schedule a free 15-minute consultation with me. I am not trying to sell you something. I'm trying to help you with one situation and help you grow and stay in your marriage. And if you're trying to get somebody back, to give you some other tips and tools to try to help you in that situation. Okay. Again, you guys, thank you so much. If you want me to do a chat, no subject or topic is off limits. Please, 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 please send them to me either in my inbox, email me, or whatever. You guys know how to get a hold of me. I am the one who checks all of my stuff. I have an amazing assistant, but I do check all my inboxes and all my emails, because I take this very personal, and I don't, not that she's going to do anything with your information, but again, I do take it personal. So if you want a wife chat done, just please inbox me, or email me, and I will always respond. And I've been asked this, I don't know how many times. Yes, it is really me commenting on all of y'all's posts and all your comments. I like them. I will respond, or whatever. I have set in my schedule that for at least 30 to 45 minutes out of my day, I sit there and I go through my YouTube channel or my Facebook or my Instagram or my TikTok, and I do respond. So it really is me. All right. I love you guys to pieces. If you want, y'all know where to find me. Y'all really do. Thank you.